does that mean?
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought it's a preview. Hey, everyone. Happy Thursday.
Thursday already.
Is that fourth day in a row?
I think so.
Happy Thursday, everyone. We're on here again. Thank you for bearing with us.
Yeah. We really appreciate everyone's time. Thank you for your comments,
Oh, yeah.
the
Let's see.
likes,
So
the interaction.
yes, it was really great to see a lot of our
Yeah.
our friends who we haven't talked to in a long time, as far as like Flor,
Sí.
todos los
Los de
que,
México,
sí,
pues.
toda la gente de México que se conectó anoche, muchas gracias, y gracias a todos los que también se conectaron después de la transmisión.
Sí.
Y si gustan, siempre dejen sus comentarios, o si tienen una pregunta, pues déjanos saber para poder pues para poder contestarse, porque eso es parte de las redes sociales,
Sí.
¿verdad? Hay que conocerse y formar pues según nuestra comunidad, right?
Sí, sí.
So yeah, so we're going to continue with
Muy bien.
we're going to continue with our Spooktember stories.
Yeah, like
So what do you want to be? The title or the theme, I guess, would be, we're going to go into the mattresses.
Well, it would go into like Craigslist. And
Next door, Craigslist. Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Really, don't say, hey, how's it going? Happy Thursday. So yeah, so we're gonna continue with the Spooktember stories, and today's subject will be, hey, how's it going?
How you doing, Rabbit?
Radio Rabbit? See, happy Thursday. What are you doing on this Thursday? You guys watching the 49er game? Everyone's making a big deal out here that it was supposed to be really good. It was supposed to be the New York Giants? Yes. But the air quality was really bad here.
it's
There was
been
like
bad.
some fires or something, and they said the quality was going to be really bad.
Yeah,
I don't know if
been-
they postponed it. I didn't hear anything else. So hopefully they're playing. I guess I'm not really a 49ers fan,
No, not really.
but
Just
so I don't know who I want to win. But I guess whoever
Yeah.
has the better defense, offense. I don't know. What do you guys like?
Whichever.
So let's get into it. So our first story tonight is going to be about, again, if you've watched us enough, if you actually pay attention to what we've been talking about, 5 years ago we were homeless, and we've been at this place for 5 years now. I was, but not my team. I'm working on some artwork. Oh, nice! That's great. Very talented man,
Yes,
Mario.
very
I must say, I give the credit where it's deserved, and you shine,
There's
man.
que le dicen, like, que le digan rabbit.
Ay, perdón, rabbit, conejo. Oh, rabbit, right? What's rabbit?
Rabbit.
Sorry. Okay, so let's get into the story. So if you've been following us again, like we said, we've talked about this too. We were very spoiled. We've always
Yes.
been very spoiled, and I don't mean spoiled like we get everything we want. No. But just spoiled like with things that many people. I like the emoji. Many people just, I guess, maybe they've never experienced it. Like, I can honestly say that, and now it's kind of embarrassing to say that, but I didn't start doing my laundry until I was like 33 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom would do it, and I would pay her. Hey, how's it going, Francie Nellis?
Fred.
We're just about to get into the Spooktember stories, and so we're just giving you a little background. So again, like we're very spoiled in certain ways, and we had a really nice house before my son got sick, before we became homeless, and so 5 years ago, the city got together and they placed us where we're at now. So it was just empty, an empty apartment.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything. I didn't have storage. I didn't
White
have nothing.
walls.
No beds, nothing. And so again, and I didn't have really too much money saved either. So I go on, if somebody told me about Nextdoor. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nextdoor. It's kind of like Craigslist. And people are like, you pick an area of where you live, and then you can look at things that are for free in your area, or people complain about things that are going on in the city or whatnot.
Rants and raves and all that.
So Nextdoor. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try it. So I get on Nextdoor, and people put some nice things on there. So I saw this mattress. It looked really good because we didn't have a bed. And so I'm like, oh, cool, king size, that'll be good. Like, because, the kids sleep with us still and stuff. And so, whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. So me and her went to go get it. And it was in a really nice area, a couple towns over. And, normally when you pick up a mattress, because I'm used to doing that. I like to furnish stuff. I like stuff. Thank God you got, yes, we are very blessed. We are very, very blessed. And so we get there, and I thought maybe like they had it in the garage, or sometimes people even put it outside and just pick it up. No, we get to this house, and again, because it's a nicer area, it's known to be a really like wealthy area. So the lady comes in, and not that the race makes any difference or anything, but she happens to be an Asian lady, and so we had to take off our shoes because I guess they don't wear shoes in the house. So we had to take off our shoes.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Well.
Okay, and I'm like, all right, cool. I understand. I'm gonna go there. Then she points. She didn't speak English. She points. And we're like, she had a big old spiral staircase, and we're like, oh shit, we're gonna have to go up the
oh gosh, we're
stairs.
taking our shoes. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, is this safe? situational awareness. I'm like,
Okay, and then Gil apologized. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, you know what? That's good.
Yeah, we can talk about
Yeah,
that
we
if
can
you
talk
like.
about that if you like. I mean, it's great. It just
After the
it just
story
shows
of
people's humanity, you know.
Yeah.
So
that was 2 years ago. Well,
it
we'll
was.
get into that, Fred, if
Yeah,
you'd like to.
if
If
you'd
you'd
like
like
to.
to hang out here, then let's finish this little story and then we'll talk about it.
So we see the staircase, and I'm like, all right, cool. And then, so she was like an older lady. I didn't expect her to help me. And then the little man that was there was a lot of people.
It was
in
like
the
her
house.
father.
Maybe, yeah, but they didn't.
I'm like, okay, now more people are coming out. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to go upstairs.
So yeah, so then here we go. So we get up there and it's like in a bedroom.
And she's pointing at it was a long hallway. So I'm like, oh my gosh, where are we going? So I'm like,
who's waiting for us?
I'm like, well, let's just be ready in case anything, you know.
So we get there and it's like, okay, so she's like pointing, I'm like, all right.
And she points, no.
Yeah, like further down the corner.
And I'm like, okay.
So we get there, we get the mattress. And I don't know if you guys have ever carried a mattress, but king size mattresses, they're heavy.
Yeah, like
they're like 100 pounds usually, or maybe a little more. But so with me and Emily, and we're like, you know, and
yeah, they had a big room.
They had really nice furniture. And so, normally if it would have been in my place, I don't care, make a hole, patch it, whatever. So we got to be really careful. Almost like we're movers, right? Because you don't want to, will you stop that? You don't want to, do that. So we're like, ugh. And then it was sad because the little old man, I know he wanted to help, but he just couldn't. And I was so scared that we were going to like accidentally knock him off the railing.
Yeah, like, no,
he couldn't really lift. And so I just kept telling him, like, no, it's okay, it's okay. But he kept trying. So we finally get it down the stairs.
I know.
After like losing all our breath.
Right.
Then we get it into the car, and thank God. How did we get it to fit? Did we tie it?
We did. We did everything we could.
We ended up wrapping it, huh? So we ended up wrapping it, and we had to like make it like a burrito. We rolled it up, we threw it in the car. So we get it home. We're like excited, like yes, and it was a nice mattress. It looked pretty clean.
Yeah.
So we're like, cool. We vacuumed it, whatever. You put a little baking soda, deodorize, whatever, and then we're gonna sleep on it that evening.
Oh, lady's like, thank you very much.
Yeah. So they're like, okay. So then we get downstairs. Okay,
that's funny.
So anyway, the first night we slept on it, dude,
I had a nightmare.
I had the most ugliest dream.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened in the dream. It was just awful. I don't remember what your dream was.
Mine was it was just scary. It was like a lot of killing.
So we're like, you know what? Fuck this. We're getting rid of this mattress.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I don't know.
Why did they give it away?
Like,
did they die on it? What happened? Yeah. So that didn't go out. And we're like, no, let's wait another night. So then my daughter was like, I'm going to sleep on it. You guys are chickens. I don't care, man. My daughter's a little ghetto ass. So she was like, that's free. It's new. And do you know how expensive mattresses are? Yeah, whatever, fine. So she went and slept on it. Oh, it's funny. It was like the Goldilocks and the Three Bears, right? So she goes and sleeps on it, and she's like, no, Mom, get the fuck rid of that shit. That's just scary. She's like, I don't know what's in it. I don't know what kind of spells are casted on it or whatever. So we got rid of it. So,
yeah, that
one was the interesting.
I would call it the nightmare mattress. Yeah, haunted mattress.
Yes. Mattresses are expensive, yes, and so we didn't have a mattress for a while. We ended up. What did we end up sleeping on? I think we had like a futon or something.
Yeah, I mean, it was better than. We were all cramped up in the Honda Pilot.
Yeah, so it was better than living in the car. So floor sounds really good when you've been cramped up living in.
The 2010 Honda Pilots. Oh my gosh, those are so spacious.
Yes, so, thank God. And we went to LA twice in that car, and like they're just straight run them to the ground, literally. So So then the next story was about a year later, huh? Yes. When we went to Berkeley to get that mattress.
Yeah. So and also an observation we had made was that a lot of the furniture that we were getting in our area, like in town, was always like run down.
Yeah, like way.
And to get the good shit, you have to go far. And a lot of people are like, no, I don't do that. So I'm like,
it's funny. It is weird because here in our town, most people are engineers. Most people.
Sorry, you have to go through.
Oh, thank you very much. It happens. So most people here in the town, they're engineers. They're like tech people. So they have money. But when they go to give free stuff, a lot of times, I don't know what it is. They like really wear it down.
They want to get
all the uses out. And then it's like, okay, we'll pass it on. So usually we have to go into like the city, like Oakland, Berkeley. And there's certain areas in Berkeley that are not safe. Yeah. There's certain areas like Oakland. Oakland has a lot of money, even though it's, violence or whatever. But then you got Piedmont. Piedmont is close to Oakland. That's like uppity, like rich people, bunch of money. And they'll have stuff, and like there must be a lot of movement, like international travel or something, because some people only have the stuff like a few months and then they have to get rid of it. So they're like, please just get it out because I have to get rid of the stuff. So we've gotten a lot of nice things. So the next one was in Berkeley.
The marijuana guy?
Yeah. So we had taken some time off. She's like, stop getting shit, do this creepy, just save your money. And I'm like, dude, it's expensive. I don't want to make
she was
payments.
Like tranced, so we're like, let's just keep getting stuff.
No, because I needed to furnish the place. So it was another mattress, and it was a pretty new mattress. It was like a Zenith mattress. I don't know if you guys are familiar with
First,
that.
couldn't see the guy. We're like, we're at the address, and the guy's like, well, keep coming. I don't see him. We're like, who?
So it was
is
like
this
right.
guy?
I don't know if you guys are familiar. We stop that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Berkeley, but it's pretty close. There's a college there, and it's known to be a little like on the urban side,
Yeah.
like the pot smoking and like not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just not our thing, you know. But it's very urban, very like chill, whatever. So and the houses are really strange.
Yeah, they are.
They're like very old school, and there's sometimes some of them are like tri-level. It's just a really interesting layout. So I call the guy and I'm like, I don't see the address. I'm like, hey, where is it or whatever. So he's like, no. Okay, are you in a black car? Yes. Okay, well just come up a little more. So we're going to this house, and the whole front yard is scary.
Yeah, there's like,
it almost looks like a cemetery because there's like these
cow
head. What do you call it? Like the
skull?
bones or skull.
Yeah, the skulls.
And then it was like just a bunch of like weird like bones things hanging from the and then
the
but
grass
that wasn't
was so high.
But that wasn't even the house.
No.
That was just like the yard, and like I said, because the layouts are interesting, you have to kind of walk up a little pathway and then you go in. It's almost like a bungalow if you guys know what a bungalow.
So we were like, the guy was like, the mattress is upstairs.
Yeah, we're like,
oh my god.
But again, we never go alone, so we're like, all right, here, look, whoever
wait
stay
in the
here in the
car,
car, and if we're not
get
back
your
in a few
phone.
minutes, like call
this
that
fucking
one.
guy. I don't know how many people are in the house.
Right. So like,
So we started going. I'm like,
and it's dark.
And again, we always talk about situational awareness. Like, why do we keep doing this? I'm like, all right, whatever. Let's get ready again if anything happens.
So we're going up again, another spiral down, a really tiny, tight, like spiral staircase. So we're going up, and the guy's like, all right,
Hi,
it's in
Eric.
here. Hey, how's it going? So we get into the room, and the room stinks, man, like smoke. I don't know what kind of smoke, but
Well,
just
the stairs
smoke.
hella went in a
But they were so
spiral, too.
tight. They were
Oh my
super
gosh.
tight.
I'm like, oh my gosh, where are we going? And so
And so then we get to the bedroom, and it was just a 2-bedroom. So once you turn the corkscrew stair, so you either go here or you go here. It's like a really small.
And then
short
the guy,
hallway.
he had like dreadlocks. He was like, yeah, I was totally
Very
like
urban.
yes.
Like I don't know how to explain it, but anyways,
I know race doesn't matter, but he was a white guy. He was cute, but
so okay. So then and of course though the mattress was really light, so we were very, very lucky. So we get the mattress, and he's like, "Let me help you guys."
Sure.
But a king size mattress, guys, and this tiny little narrow. I don't even know how.
and
big
like he
it was.
knocked down one of his paintings.
Yeah, I
like,
know,
he's
so
like,
embarrassed.
it's okay.
He's like, don't
And
worry
then
about
what
it.
did you see in the living room?
Hey, how's it
before
go?
he went like.
Just a bunch of weird like
He
bones.
saw some
stuff.
weird shit. He started like,
ashtrays everywhere. Just
and then I think he said he saw someone like in one of the rooms
yeah, I
downstairs.
did, and then they closed the door. It was
I'm
weird.
like, oh, so when we get out to the car,
That's
we're,
what it
like,
was.
loading
When you
it.
walked in, there was a door that would take you like to the living room, but they closed that door, and then it's just a stairway. So I guess you could lock that door and open the front door and just go up the stairs. So anyway, so we get outside, we get the mattress, put it away, and the
He
guy
didn't really help us
no,
load it, right?
no.
So when
we
we're
get it in,
done,
we're done, and we're like, thank you so
oh,
much. He's
yes.
like, actually, girls, can you guys help me? You know, since I gave you the mattress and it's new, can you guys help me load the new mattress in? And we're like, oh,
Where's the new
shit.
Latin?
It was on his truck.
And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, okay, maybe something's up.
Okay, what do we do? And I felt bad saying no because like the guy, you know, favor for favor, right? That's what we learn when you're being homeless. A lot of times, you know, it's got to be a mutual benefit for the friendship to continue. Maybe not with everyone, but that was our experience with that. So I'm like, fine, sure.
Here we go again.
What's my fucka?
I
Is he
don't
talking
know.
shit to us?
Perhaps.
Okay. Anyways, let's. I kind of like this. Am I learning how to do this?
I don't know.
Yeah, good enough. Whatever.
I got their way.
So anyway, so yes, that was that one. So we helped the guy. We got his mattress up, but so it was okay. Everything was good. We got the mattress out. I thought I tied it up really well, okay, because I got really good into like tying stuff into the like securing the stuff on my rack, and so we're on the freeway. And there was a big river. There was a big like river. I don't know what you want to call it. And we're very lucky. I don't know what happened. Just a gust of wind came, blew it off, and it knocked it into the water. And there's big old signs that say like illegal dumping, $1,000 fine. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, please. I hope there's no cameras.
That was the first time it fell, right?
No, that was the last time it fell.
Oh,
The first time it got loose, remember, it was sliding off and we tied it, and then it just
like 3 times.
just took off.
So then we're like,
so we're like, I guess it wasn't.
Like, just like, fucking leave it. And I'm like,
well, then what can we do? Couldn't get out
I know
of the
we're
river?
not people like that to be dumping trash, nothing like that. I'm like, this damn mattress, for whatever reason, we believe like it's just not meant for us.
It wasn't meant for us to get
We
it
just
home,
came
I
here to
guess.
help the guy
I
doing
guess. Who knows?
good work, right? Whatever.
Good Samaritans,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, so that was that one. Oh man, and I'm just glad no one got hurt. I'm very glad no one got hurt because now you're seeing all these stuff that's what they're saying on the news recently. I just saw an article about people that you tie things to your car, and if going at certain distances, certain speeds, you can kill someone. Rocks falling, all this stuff. I just saw an article about that. So we're very lucky that no one got hurt. So that was that one.
And then the stained mattress that was.
Oh, and then so okay, so we didn't have mattress. We're still mattressless. So I'm like, she's like, just stop, you just give it a rig. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna look one more time. I'm gonna just see if anything's new. So I happened to go in there, and there was this really nice mattress. It was even nicer and looked even newer than the one that we had.
How many days was it on?
That was like a couple weeks. I was on there for a few weeks. And normally, because I'm used to doing this a lot, if something's good, it's gonna get snatched right away, like super, like within the next day or 2 days. If it's there a week or so, usually means somebody already looked at it, changed their mind, or whatever. So that one, I'm like, there's no phone number. It's just Craigslist. You have to email. So I'm like, all right, emailed them, and I'm like, hey, what's wrong with the mattress? Blah 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 blah. And the man was like, oh, thank you so much for your interest. Yes, please. I'll even. Are you guys?
No, we're
sisters. And so,
hermanas.
See, so next thing you know, we're like, okay. So he's like, yeah, please, like I can even pay your gas. Where are you guys coming from? Like, this is a red flag. And so then I'm like, oh, so by the way, and I didn't want to sound like picky or whatever, but I'm like, no. I'm like, so are there any stains on the mattress? Did someone die on the mattress? Like, why are you getting? What's your rush? And he was just like, well, because we have to move, but there's just a little wine stain, and we can't get it out, but it's a great mattress. I mean, maybe if you put some salt on there or something. I'm like, okay, so this guy like killed someone and wants to get rid of the mattress.
Like, oh no.
So I blocked him. I had to get out of there. So that was that one. But then finally the mattress that stayed. Do we still have that one? We do, huh? We still have that one.
Yes.
Okay, so that one. We didn't go too far for that one, did we?
No.
We didn't go too far for that one. And guy was really nice. It was a family home. They had a bunch of little kids like what we're used to. And he was like, no, he's like, it just wasn't big enough. We need a bigger bed. And I don't know if you guys...
Is that the one where we went to Ross that night?
Yes. So and I don't know if you guys are familiar with beds or anything. We did a lot of investigating or browsing. And now there's like an Alaska bed. Why don't you take me to the bathroom? Alaska bed. There's don't tell me, tell her. And so what is the other one? The Alaska bed. That's like the big long one. It's like 12 feet tall. It's like a big family bed. Sally, go. And so
Sally goes.
Do you like the latest mattress? I like them both. Right now we're sleeping on a firm one because again, the kids still sleep with us or whatever. They end up in our bed or whatever, and they're little, so whatever. So firm is good, but soft is nice too. So but hi Carter. Hi. So the last one again, it was family house. The guy was really nice. He I guess he did, it's nice. That's the beauty, right? When you have money, you can just pay people to do stuff. So he was really trying to help and be friendly, but he just didn't know what he was doing. So we're like roping the stuff.
Evelyn's a pro at it. She's whacked me a couple times with the rope on the other side.
You too. So I'm like wrapping it up, trying to roll it up to get it into the car. And
we're doing great. Thank you so much, Carter.
How are you on this Thursday? And right now, if you're just coming in, Carter, we're talking about creepy mattress stories. When I try to get free things on Nextdoor or Craigslist. No, not yet. And so anyways, so that last mattress, we picked it up, we brought it home, but we didn't have any more sheets for the size of the bed. I think the biggest size we had was like a queen at the time. So I'm like, oh, let's go to Ross. Ross is cheap. I don't want to look for any used stuff. Let's go buy something new.
We were
$10.
exhausted. Like,
yes.
oh, good.
It was
Finally.
late. It was time to go home. I still had to start dinner, whatever. So we go to Ross, and
we noticed this
wait, but because the mattress, even though we rolled it, it was still too long. We had to tie the hatch. I had to rope the hatch to the hitch, so it was still like there's probably like a good 18 inches open. And hey, Ariel, how's it going? How's the baby? And so anyway, so it was about like 18 inches open. And the mattress was all rolled in, and then we had some other stuff in there, huh?
Yeah,
I had like a splash pad or something because we had just did a birthday
some
party.
Electronics and
I had some, nothing like too expensive or anything. But anyways, so we're in the store, and the first thing we notice when we get out of the car is there's a strange looking man. You can come up at Ross. Yeah, you can. So we're looking at the man, and
good to hear that, Ariel.
He had, what did he have, like fast food or something? It just didn't look right what he had in his car.
It was like crowded in there. It was
I don't know
dark.
what it was.
And then when we were getting off the car, I'm like, I think because he got in his car and he was waiting.
he was in the car. He was
waiting in there. So I'm like,
Yeah.
is he waiting for someone in the store or is he already done? And we're like, oh, he's kind of stalling if he's not waiting for anyone. So when
But
we
it
got
was
off
really
the car,
strange. 'Cause yeah,
he just like dumped
like
his
locked
trash,
eyes, but he
yeah.
like locked eyes with us, and it was like a really strange. Normally if you happen to lock eyes with someone in public, usually guys will smile at each other.
I mean,
like,
you don't
hi.
have to, but
normal,
maybe that's
right?
just how we are. Like acknowledge
like,
them.
oh, hi, how's it going, or whatever, and nothing, just like blank stare.
And
this
he
is a
dumped his
big,
trash,
tall man.
Right?
Like,
and he just what was awkward is that he just like left his trash on top of the trash.
Yeah, he didn't. I'm
like, oh, he must not be around here. Like he might not be from here.
The guy looked evil. I don't know. He just looked strange. Just.
He was a burly,
big guy,
man.
like height and size.
Yeah, like a hunter.
Yeah,
I don't know,
just like a lumberjack or something. So anyway, so we're in the store. Oh, he's back. We're in the store and we're like looking at the stuff, and again
he was just released from hell.
Maybe, I wouldn't doubt it. And so and there's nothing wrong. Some of the guys are ready to go to work that come out. Some of them they're waiting for that fix because they couldn't get anything, and whatever. That's for another story. Let's move on. So then we're in there, and like you said, right, you can come up. So we're like looking at all this stuff, like, damn, I need all this shit for my house. I need a fucking toothbrush holder. I need this. So we're kind of like browsing, and then we happened to see the man again, but he was across like in the men's section.
Yes.
And we were in the home goods section. And he's just kind of like still just staring, kind of just like moping around. And I didn't think anything because my guy got off. Maybe he's with somebody, whatever.
Locking them eyes,
So we're still looking around and stuff. And then next thing you know, he finally approaches us. And he's like, is that your car with the mattress hanging from it? And we're like, yes, it is. He's like, oh, your alarm was going off. He's like, your alarm was going off. He's like,
it's going off.
It's going off. That's what he said. He's like, it's
I
going
came in
off.
to tell you, let you know.
Yeah. But he had already been over there for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But we're so stupid, and because I knew I had it open, I'm like, oh, maybe we didn't have that car for that long. We had just got it, so we didn't really know the quirks yet. I'm like, oh, maybe it went off, and oh my gosh. So we get in the line. I pay for the sheets, and we come outside.
We didn't even see where he was, if he was following us out or not.
So we paid for the sheets, and nothing. There was no alarm. Nothing. But it did look like someone tried to take scissors and cut the rope. So the door was a little bit open. It was even a little more open. But nothing was taken or anything.
I'm like, what a liar. Because he was saying it was nonstop, like, going off. I think maybe he tried being nosy and he just like wanted us to go out there or something.
I'm not sure, but
with him or something.
So we get home, we get in the car, and we're like, good, nothing's gone. It's time to go. Hopefully the mattress will make it, because it was kind of like someone took scissors or pocket knife or something, and they didn't get to cut it all the way, but it was starting to wilt. So we're like, oh, damn, okay, we're going to have to drive super slow. We're like 2 miles away from home, so we're like driving super slow.
Making sure no one was following us, of course.
And of course, what happens as soon as we get to the apartments, to the parking, snap, the whole thing opened. The mattress didn't fall out, but the whole hatch opened, and that's been a good mattress. We got it home, everything else other than that. But it's pretty creepy, I'm like, stupid. We're really stupid. Because I was stressing off about the sheets and what we needed, and it sounded like a very logical story. Like, yeah, my alarm could have went off, and who knows? Now thinking about it, the man want to lure us out there. Was there somebody waiting? Like, there's stupid things that maybe might seem like a big deal to you guys, but it's pretty creepy.
Like strange encounters.
Yeah. So now, Fred, if you're still here, we can.
Fred, give us can you type in a number 1 if you're still here?
Yeah, if you're still here.
If you want to go back to that topic that you mentioned.
Yes. And so yes, Ariel. So again, please be careful, because pregnant women. I always fear for pregnant women. Ariel was on here last night. Okay, honey. Ariel was on here last night, and she was telling us that she's expecting her second child, and she's just been doing her thing, I guess.
Yeah.
So they did a gender reveal, or they're going to do a gender reveal. I think she said they did a gender reveal.
I think so, yeah. They did.
And so we were just talking last night, and we were talking about creepy stories about very popular story here. Well, it's not a story, it's true. It happened, was the disappearance of Lacey Peterson. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Lacey Peterson, but she was from Modesto, California, and she went missing on Christmas Eve, right?
Yes.
Christmas Eve, and Scott Peterson was having an affair with the masseuse from Fresno, and then the masseuse supposedly didn't know, and she was supposedly the hero. Good to go with someone, so at least you have each other. Well, that's true, but that could still... Okay, you gotta wait. That could still be still not enough, I think.
With what?
Like when you go with somebody. Like,
yeah, because it sucks if someone else sucks and isn't aware of their surroundings, and it sucks.
Yes. So... That's the thing. But yeah, so the next door,
Sally,
the Craigslist
Sally.
and all that stuff, it's been a very interesting situation. So Fred, I don't know if you're still here, Fred, but if not, so what other one? Those are the mattress ones. Those are the mattress ones, and then what other thing happened with the mattress? Let me think.
Dressers,
The dressers, no,
not so much with that.
The
The
ma-
piano. But nothing
the
really
piano.
creepy.
Nothing creepy, but another one that when it's talking about like the next door and the Craigslist stuff was how we had just moved into the space,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, I had a vision in my head of what I wanted the place to look like, because the where they put us, it looks very nice. The setup layout's really like elegant, I would say, if you've never lived anywhere nice, I guess. But the people that live is what makes it shitty. The neighbors and like just the rules and stuff like that. How's your day, ladies? Oh, it's going great. How about you, Fred? Sorry, Rabbit. I'm so sorry. I'm tripping here. It's been great.
Yeah, it's been
Weather's
all right.
been good. What else? What else did we do today?
Work was pretty smooth.
Yes. And so I'm just glad the time's going to change. That means we're going to get an extra hour to sleep.
Yeah.
Get into that story, Emily. So I had a vision in my head of what I wanted the place to look like, right? So I just happened to, in our house when we were growing up, it was nice weather. It was really nice, except for the smoke, because
Yeah.
there was some kind of fires here. So for the last 2 days, the air quality has been horrible.
We've been having headaches
There was a county announcement that if you could stay indoors, don't be outside, because it's really bad for anyone who has asthma and things like that.
We went to the park today.
But it's supposed to clear out hopefully tomorrow. And then we're supposed to get some rain. How about you guys?
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, I like the rain. So then let's get into it, Emily.
Well.
So growing up, we grew up with the place, and we always had a piano in our house. And my dad would play the piano, whatever. We'd kind of tinker with it, whatever. So I happened to see a free baby grand piano. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. And it had a really convincing story. The lady was like, yeah, it served our kids. They all learned, but now they're getting older. We really need the space because we're trying to add more furniture so they can have more of like a work study space, blah, blah, blah. But it was far away. It was like a good hour away. And I didn't have a truck or anything. I'm like, there's no way I can haul a piano in my Pilot. So at the time, we did have a friend who had a trailer. And I asked him, like, hey, are you interested in helping us? Like, you think you could help us move a piano? And he was like, yeah, just let me know. Like, if you guys just give me for the gas, sure, no problem. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, let me hit up the lady. So I hit up the lady, I didn't hear anything. And a week went by, 2 weeks went by, I didn't hear anything. I'm like, oh man, they probably got rid of it. See, I'm like, it was probably good. That's why they took it. It wasn't there. And so next thing you know, like some weeks had gone by and I was almost over it, right? Like, no, it wasn't meant for us, whatever. And I happened to look on the website and I saw the piano again.
I'm like, no. Okay, fine.
And so I messaged the lady again. Hi, I messaged you. I don't know if you saw it, but the piano, I'm interested in the piano, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, sure. Here's the address, whatever. So we called her friend and he followed us and we drove over there and the piano had wheels. So it was easy because it was on a one story. It was in the garage, but it was heavy. But he had the little ramp thing on his trailer. So it was pretty easy. We got it up there. He roped it and we went to the apartment. Getting it into the apartment though, oh man!
Because then you guys used what, like the fire?
I didn't know that when you bring in a piano, especially a baby grand piano, you're actually give me a tour of the house. Oh no, we're not home right now, but nothing fancy now. We have so many. I have 6 kids, and so again, if you're new here, Ariel, like we were homeless for a while, and then we got placed there, and kids. After a while, like having to follow so many rules, I kind of just let the kids do whatever they want. So there's stains on my carpet, you know what I mean? And it's not about being dirty. No, we're not dirty people. Just kids. Kids are kids. They make messes. And
we never grew up with roaches.
No, let's be very clear on
rats.
that. I've been hearing people say that about hood.
Chicanos,
no.
Never grew up with that.
No.
Maybe ants, but not
ants every now and then, but roaches, no. Roaches, we did have some neighbors who had roaches, and they were filthy. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but like they would get in the habit where like, you leave food crumbs or you eat in rooms. I even knew some neighbors that had a toaster and like a little hot pan in their room. I bought some patio furniture on OfferUp, but I didn't have a truck. So I asked the guy if he delivered. He said yes, he would. So I purchased without seeing them. Oh no. Yeah, oh no. I'm waiting for the other part, Rabbit. And the furniture was... There's so many scammers, man. Okay, now we're going to go into another story. So, before...
nice, but when he got here,
Oh, they were tiny. Oh no, man! But did it look at least like the picture?
super small.
Oh man!
Was it for Duendes or
Yeah, what was it for? That's
was it
horrible.
like fantasy?
So
like
did you try to what did you do? You just took it and paid the guy and sent him on his way, or I've done that before.
Or did you beat him up?
Yeah, that sucks. But yeah, that's what that reminds me of. You know what I'm gonna tell him, right? About the flip before we were homeless and I was desperate.
Oh, that's stupid.
So this is more of a funny story, not a creepy story. So before we were homeless, right? Before we became homeless, like I kind of knew already because before my son got sick, my marriage was.
Thank you so much, Ariel. Purple hair.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Your prayer was a lot of purple. Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, he needed the money, so I got it for my. Oh, that's. Man, some people again, scammers, and they really have no conscience for it. That's like the next story, Rabbit.
Sorry, Rabbit.
So before we became homeless, right? We were already kind of having some. There was already like a downfall. You could kind of slowly see it because my marriage was already going bad, and at the time my husband took care of everybody, even her. Like she was our nanny, and so
very spoiled.
He'd go to work and he'd work all these jobs, and my parents lived with us, but they didn't work because my dad was disabled. And
Great
all that
brother-in-law.
And so yeah, great husband. He was a good husband, just bad dad, really bad dad. Even now, he's bad dad. But at least he's paying his child support now. But anyways,
creepy stories though.
Yeah.
After they broke up.
Yeah. So anyways, we started maxing out credit cards because I didn't want to be homeless. Nobody wants to be homeless, right? And at the time, we lived in this beautiful big house. I mean, it was my dream house. Perfect amount of bedrooms, perfect big yard for the kids to play in. And at the time, I only had 3 kids at the time, and so. So, we were living the dream, right? Everybody wants a nice house, nice neighborhood, good neighbors where they actually don't take your shit. That's what I'm saying? So anyways, so I was on Instagram. That's when Instagram was really popping, and you would see all these guys that would flip cash, supposedly, right? You send them this much money, and they flip cash. And so I was desperate. I really was. Like, I was falling behind in my rent, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
Take that leap of faith.
I got to take a gamble,
know, right?
So the guy was like, yeah, go to CVS, go to the Western Union, send me $200, and I'll flip it and I'll send it back, so much more or whatever. So
get down.
I was desperate. I did it, and then as soon as I sent the confirmation and stuff. The guy wasn't answering. He wasn't texting, and then I'm like, oh man,
like stupid.
Whatever. But I'm like, fuck you. Then you must need it more than I do, and again, I'm a believer.
Yeah, that's how we looked at things. So
yeah,
a lot of.
So I was out $200, but it was worth the gamble.
All right, Ariel. She says,
thank you so much. Have a good night. Or the baby's crying. Yeah, put the baby to sleep. Take care of the baby. It's okay. So yeah, so I got scammed out of the. That was only once or twice. Did I do that twice?
You did it twice.
I did it. It was the second time.
And I'm like, oh, again.
Well, because you get desperate, okay, and after a while you can only max out so many credit cards.
And then sometimes not all the time. It's always a scam, but
yeah.
I mean.
So that's what happened with that. But now we laugh about it, but it's like fucking stupid. Oh, and it's funny because like I said, if you heard Rabbit last time, we were saying my parents were good at selling stuff. Like they would sell at the flea market, at the swap meet. Like we'd go every weekend, and then we'd go help them. And when Craigslist first came out, when we first found out about Craigslist, I was the one who would post my dad's stuff. Take a picture of the bikes he would do, and like excellent condition, firm. My dad liked firm, and that means you're not gonna haggle, right? So these people would come from all over, and they'd like go look at the bikes my dad would have or whatever, and my dad didn't play.
Hi, Phil.
He'd be like, hey, how's it going?
Thank you so much.
He'd be like, you gonna buy it or not? Like, do you want it? You're like, okay, you already know. And then they'd try to haggle him, and he'd like take the bike and start walking inside. And they'd be like, wait, hold on. And he's like, I said firm in the post. And so I'm like, damn, man. But we're terrible. I feel like we're terrible salespeople. I really feel like that. I don't know.
Hi, the crusted joint.
Hey, how's it going,
Howdy.
How you doing? Happy Thursday. So you just missed out on our Spooktember stories involving free mattresses from Craigslist and Nextdoor, and Rabbit was telling us about the time he got bamboozled by some small kids' furniture. That sucks, man. That really sucks. Well, that's like what we were talking about too. Last night, before you guys came on last night, I know our live was in Spanish a lot last night, but we didn't get into that, when I rewatched it to see if I missed anything.
Yeah.
So, our friend Flor, the one that was on last night from Chihuahua, Mexico, she is the one who, she did the little, logo for Emily's channel.
My profile picture.
And she did the one for our 925 Brujas.
Yes.
And before she did it, there was this girl on the courting page. Again, everything goes back to the courting page where
Welcome back, Ariel.
where I do my music. And there was this girl, and she's a young girl. She's like a teenager, I think. And
she's in her 20s.
Oh, is she? Oh, she looks young. Well, anyways,
she's grown.
She's from another state in Mexico, okay? And if you guys aren't familiar with Mexico, when you grow up around a lot of Mexicans, there's certain states, if they're from that, people are like, oh, they're cheap asses, oh, they're scammers, right? So there's states. So this girl happened to be from one of the states where everyone's like, oh, like what you said, Rabbit, make it sound good, take your money, and then leave you dry. So the girl was always promoting like that she did the cartoon characters, whatever, and the prices were reasonable. So I hit her up, and I'm like, hey, look, I want something like this. I'm going to send you a picture of me and my sister. Can you do it? We make it nice. And she's like, yeah, sure. I got a surprise for both of you. Oh, what is the surprise, Ariel? And so I paid the girl. I told her what I wanted, and then how many weeks went by? It was like
that bitch. She made us wait like 3 weeks.
Yeah, and supposedly she's put guaranteed turnaround 1 week, whatever. And
like, oh, this girl jacked us.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what? I'm used to being jacked.
I was like already ready to send her some like mean messages. Like, look, bitch, fuck me, your petty chump change, bitch. Here, keep it. You know.
But wait. Before that. We did a little investigating, right? And so she was all over this group called Marca Registrada. They're a really like popular group right now, Mexican music group. They're young guys. And so the guy was doing an accordion giveaway.
Yeah.
And so she was like telling all her friends, tag her to the guy so that she could get the accordion because she was deserving and she was never going to be able to afford one. And she was trying to sell her cartoon art to get an accordion of her own because she was playing the boyfriends or something.
And at this time, she's ignoring our messages. Yeah. Hey,
oh my gosh, she jacked.
Did you get the money? Did you this? And she's all posting on TikTok because I'm looking, and she's like posting herself like, oh yeah, vote for me, and this accordion and blah blah blah. I'm all, bitch, she's ignoring
shit,
us.
She's gonna fucking jack me.
I'm like, all right.
So I hit her up, and I'm like, hey, hi, I don't know if you forgot. Do you have OfferUp? No, you know what, we do, but I've never used it, so I'm not too sure how to use it. Mm-hmm. So anyways, the girl. So I hit her up. I'm like, hey, by the way, I don't know if you remember or not. Like, it's been a few weeks. We haven't heard from you.
It's very unprofessional of you. That's what you do to people.
And so right away it was like, oh no, I'm here. I'm sorry. You know, I just don't like excuses. Yeah. I don't. I'm sorry. And then that might sound like me being a B word or whatever.
Because the bitch, she
said 3 days. But I'm just like that. Like, I don't like excuses. And again, if you've gotten to know us, like I said, I like to test people. I do. And okay, I like to test people. And so
Sally Hugger.
Yes. Oh, you're married. Oh, well, great. Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. Are you already married, Ariel? I'm sorry. I didn't know if you were or not. Oh, well, congratulations. And so anyways, so the girl, she's like, oh yeah, no, don't worry, blah, blah, blah. So she sends this really, I didn't like it when she said it to me.
Rushed, like
it just looked rushed. Emily's hands looked all deformed.
It was just like,
and supposedly this girl like does the whole like where she draws it out,
all the details, like
because we had seen the work she's done prior, and it looked great. It was like really cute. I really liked it. And then I thought it was strange that she's promoting all these people she does, but she didn't share our.
No.
We did the business with her, and she didn't share.
No, she shared artistas that she drew from a year prior or months prior. Yes. Just like, for the clout. And
it's kind of like, like us with the hair. Usually if I do, a lot of my clients, they don't like to be publicized because they work for the lab, the Livermore lab here. That's like, the movie, the astronaut movie that we were talking about. That's where we live very close to that, where the national lab is, right? So a lot of them have to live a very low profile life. So they don't like to post on social media and stuff. I understand that. But if there are other ones like, yeah, sure, why wouldn't you? That's your work. That's your hair, whatever we've done to them. So I thought it was a little strange, and I didn't want to like go into this whole yowling match or whatever. So she was like, yeah, it's done. It's yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not gonna like. I didn't feel like saying, can you fix this? Can you fix that? Because but it's just the quality wasn't there. So then what happened after that?
After that, we called her out.
I posted it on the accordion page, and I'm like, oh, thank you for doing the work, blah blah blah. And then
Yuki, our friend from Chihuahua, she did some dish did it for us, and then that's how it happened.
Oh, that's right. That's what happened. Yes, she remember. We thought she was gonna rip us off, and then Oyuki has because when we were live, we were talking to the girl. Hey, how's it going? We were talking about that, and then our friend Oyuki was like, oh well, if she doesn't come through, like maybe I'm not as good as like what she's saying she does, but I can do something for you guys so you guys can use it. We're like, okay, great. So she actually made ours first. Then the girl came through, and we compared them, and we're like, oh man, this is shit. So then we posted both on the accordion page, And some people were like, they liked Oyuki's. Other people that were that girl's friends were like, oh, that's a bunch of trash. It's just an app. She's not really doing any talent. Blah blah blah. And then
the girl was like,
so
no.
Emily went off and was like, no, you know what? Emily let her have it.
I was just like, hey, no, look,
Clout
like,
chaser.
that's us unprofessional. Like, you didn't post us because we're not famous or we don't have the numbers. You know, we just did business with you and you were gonna jack us anyways. And then she was like, oh. No, it's not even that. And then her boyfriend gets involved and he starts talking shit to me in the comments. So then I do a video response and I'm like, ¿por qué te andas metiendo? This is de vieja, no es de vieja. Then from there, all the other guys jumped in and they're like, get out of here, you know, talking shit like they always do to us. And then from there, that was it. The girl was sending us nonstop friend requests.
Yeah, which is
following
weird.
us on Instagram, following us on YouTube. Like, bitch, you should have done that when we first hit you up. And like, whatever.
Some people are funny. People are funny.
I'm like, but that does anything. Like, what the fuck is that gonna do? Like,
some people are funny, but yeah. So Florida ended up doing it for us, and it ended up being really nice and all that. But yeah, they really don't look to help. They just say that because it sounds good. I guess I don't know. You know, like it's just very strange. Now that we're talking about that, I lost my train of thought of why we were talking about you keep doing that. There was a reason. I totally fucking got lost. I'm sorry. Because we were talking about.
About what?
What were we talking about that brought that up?
Oh, Yuki, she's the one that was in our live
on last night. But then there was a reason why I had brought it up and I can't remember. Oh, because we didn't talk about that in English. We talked about it in Spanish. That's what it was. And so that's why we're talking about that. But, oh, I want a hamburger too. Shit. You want to cash app me? You want a Venmo? Oh, my gosh. But, so yeah. No excuses. No, just kidding. Just yes or no. Pero así es. And you know, talking about how Mata mentioned about clout and stuff, it's sad. I mean,
there's a lot of people that, you know, they use that term a lot now. Like, oh, you just want clout because of Cincinnati.
Okay, so my question to you viewers are, when is it clout, like actual clout? Or what is your definition of clout? And when is it actually just like a collab? Like a collab or of what would you call that? Yeah, like a networking. Do you know what I mean? Like we've talked to a bunch of people, like in the hair business. Okay, what should I name Did Baby? I still haven't named her yet. Oh, I thought you said you like Stacy and Bella. Yeah, those are good names. What is your husband like?
Stacey.
What is your husband like? Well, something you're gonna yell at her every day, or you know, so you don't want to get too tired of it. And it's nice if it has a meaning to it, an actual meaning. You know, some backstory to it. Something unique is always cute, or a combination of both names is always nice too. So guys, what do you guys think about that?
About what? Clout?
About like when is it actual clout? Like you know how everybody has their own definitions. Like some people think trolls are people that just like disagree with you. Oh, get out of here, troll, or whatever, Karen, or whatever. But clout, like, what's your definition?
Like clout, okay. Like clout, clout would be okay for like an example here. Yeah, we've received messages from famous actors, artistas and músicos, like stuff like that in the music industry. But like those like private messages, we've never
like shared them.
No. Like the one we did today, that was just gave me, you know. But yeah, like people do that. Like they show the screenshots of like back and forth, like pictures or whatever they've sent to each other. Stuff like that, because I don't know how.
But what do you think they want to do? They're going to gain fame?
Well, I think it seems like a lot of people just assume that oh my gosh, they're going to get so many followers, they're going to get their name out there like that, or what. I don't know what people think. It's like stupid.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about that? Oh, clout. Clout is considered clout when it aligns with the person's personality. Can you be more specific? What do you? Can you elaborate? Because I want to make sure I'm understanding. What you're saying, because when it aligns with the person's personality.
Like for example, when they were saying on here that we wanted a gunner's clout and all that shit, right? I'm gonna go there, even though we're done talking about that fucking guy. Clout from where? The guy's not famous. He's not a public figure. A lot of the people on the YouTube tampoco, because no one's mainstream. No one's like well known, nationwide, global, nothing like that. I think that's what, I mean, some people think that that's clout, like some YouTubers and shit.
By mentioning other people's names?
Mentioning people's names or tagging them.
see some channels use subscribers and start creating drama to get subscribers for clout rather than being real meaning. Just be you, and if the subscribers that's true. I agree. I agree. So do you think how you're mentioning about channels, do you think that certain of these like prison genre channels, or I don't even know what to call them anymore. What do you want to, I don't know what to call them, but you know, those channels that they're having all this beef and they're claiming that people are owed money, or they're just claiming that they want you to know that they used to be with that group, or they were the ones running the paperwork, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. So do you think that, what was my question? Do you think that it gets old, or that's where I'm a little curious to know. Like I've seen this pattern of people where they let it drag, like what you're saying, right, for the subscribers. But then do those people, they just like to keep repeating the same stuff?
Are we like talking about like the YouTube, or are we talking about like beefs like on Instagram? What are we talking about? What John?
I don't really know who you're talking about. But that's what I'm saying. Like, do you know what I mean? That's where I'm like, sometimes that's why I don't even, we try to stay away from that, because again, I have a lot of opinions and people take things wrong way and whatnot, and it's just, to me,
Says if a person is shady,
shiesty, then they most likely do stuff for the clout of things. So like financial gain, or
well, it depends if you know that the person like personally, like, or you had an interaction where, yeah, you know that they're like shady. Or
okay, makes sense. But yeah, so that's why I'm like, I don't know, just in general, like that's where I get a little confused with that, because like the word clout, like I don't see anything wrong with collabing, and like it's supposed to help both people, right? No, what are you looking for?
Honestly, like with the whole clout, like tagging people's names, right? We've always done that, being on social media. Like if we went to a restaurant and we say, hey, we really like the food, can we take a picture with you, whatever. Even if it's at work, it doesn't matter. Like we've always been like that. So we go tag them. Oh, do you have an Instagram? Do you have social media? And they're like, yeah. So then that's what we've always done. We go and tag people, and they're like, oh,
we're not expecting anything.
No, nothing like that.
It's kind of like, all right, cool. We are a business, even though we don't have a fucking spot or nothing. We pay taxes, you know, as a business, and so why not support other local small businesses? Yeah. So that's where it's like, that's where I get a little confused.
I'm a good reader of people, and once I see how they are, by the way they speak. All right, so what do you think about us? What do you read about us, Rabbit? I'll wait.
I agree though with what he's saying about
absolutely.
Because I have noticed that on many different channels, not just those channels that we're talking about, okay, but many other channels where if it's an interview, then you shouldn't be throwing your me too, or because it's an interview. Let the person speak.
The real John Diesel keep pushing. Hey John, you never sent me the message on Instagram. Did you write it down? It's Hair by Eminem on Instagram. Been waiting for a message, senor.
I hope you're doing well.
Saludos.
So what were we saying, Colin, before that? About me. Yeah. So like, so I have seen that.
When people are interviewing each other, right? Let the person that you're interviewing, let them speak, and you wait till they're done with the sentence. I mean, I know we talk again.
We talk against
but who gives a fuck? We're here.
We know each other.
Yeah, we're sisters, by the way. Like people, they do an interview and then they're fucking talking about their own experiences. Like, shut the fuck up. Somebody's interviewing you, deja que hablen y diga, all right.
Let them get it all out.
Right away they're like, oh yeah, me too. One time, shut up.
Let the person talk, right? so I get what you're saying about the me. It's just like
still reading.
Okay.
I have another surprise. Oh, tell us, Ariel, and go on.
Yeah. Why? Just let her alone. I don't want to go over there. Just go by yourself. No, don't go by yourself. No. Go over there.
Sally.
It's just quick.
Come on, Sally.
I sent multiple messages. You gotta accept my request.
John, I don't know.
We haven't received anything.
Yeah, it's open. Why don't you? What's your Instagram? I ponlo en los well, I'll be able to see it after.
Okay.
Hair by Eminem on Instagram or TikTok. If you have a TikTok, Diesel, just leave a comment or leave a comment on one of my videos and let us know your Instagram so I can see what you're talking about. Maybe you did it, sent it to the wrong Hair by Eminem. We're on there.
So we're talking about the same stuff, right? Yeah, about the me. I don't know. I guess it's just very interesting to me though. With the social media stuff, there's so many videos, so many people that I've seen talk about things where it's like, it's maybe I'm just old. I don't know how to explain it, but some of these things that I've been seeing where people are talking to themselves like, how do you not know that? Like about being professional, I guess. Like, you know what I mean?
Gosh,
like, do you know what I mean? Like for example,
where people are just
like, for example, people are like, oh yeah, because me, like, I do this, and it's like, we were always taught growing up, like, you let people speak of you.
Yeah.
Not speak of yourself.
Te quieres dar mucha fama.
Yes,
Like, right away you can tell
crema tus tacos,
someone's
right?
just full of shit when they're just like, I'm a professional. I know this and that. I'm very professional.
So that's where I don't know. There's certain things where it's like it's very interesting to me. Like,
I'm a good person.
What kind of upbringing? Shut up, because we say that.
Oh
but we
wait,
are.
no, different. Okay, when people are like, I'm a good person, I'm this and that. What else were you saying?
I was playing charades right now.
Okay, stop fucking around.
What were we talking about? Oh yes, about that. Yes, I don't know. It's just very interesting. It's interesting. But I've seen a few of your videos, and you definitely set up for yours. But you ladies have talent and lots of stories. But I'm not here to judge you. I like that you two network, and I agree with something you talk. And yeah, and that's great.
I know we don't expect people to agree with us.
Yeah, but I like what you said. Like, put it out there, and if people like it, then they'll subscribe. I like that. I do like that. But then sometimes
I disagree, but it's okay to disagree and still cool, not get about her. Yeah.
Whoa, your 13-year-old sister is pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, well, take care of her too. You know, for whatever reason, she's there. So take care of her. Make sure she's getting enough nutrition and. It's rough, but it's doable. It's
a lot
possible.
of people suffer from personality disorders. People are just not.
Yeah, you're right. Because they don't get themselves checked. That's why they can't see their faults, but everyone else could. That's pretty sad.
Be truthful to you and on. Oh, good. Tell me more, Rabbit. What do you disagree with us about?
I mean, this is good
because
stuff.
it's nomás es plática.
Yeah, it's good.
And again, it's social media, right?
Right, yeah.
We're not hanging out in person. We're not kicking it. We're not calling each other on the phone. We're not sending messages back and forth, right? It's just social media. Right?
Yeah, social media. It's just
like people take it all like, oh my gosh, you talked to this friend.
Or then it's like, oh man, like I was like.
But like I think like when you actually have people in your circle, like actual friends, people are gonna kick it with, invite over to your house with your family.
Then I think that's
yes, if you're hanging out with someone that I don't like, then we can't hang out.
Yeah, I agree.
If you don't like my sister, then you don't like me. If you like me, you don't like her.
Right.
Then no, we're not fucking.
And it took us a long time.
But that's like
in like your hangout stuff, because it took us a long time. Like at least I had a hard time with that. Like because in the salon world, we worked together, and so we actually worked with another sister, but we don't talk to her at all anymore. But
we cut her off.
Yeah, but anyways, and that was the case. Like if they liked her, they didn't like me. If they liked me, they didn't like her. And so we have to be cordial, right? Because it's the workplace. But after a while, it's like, oh wait, you know what? That's not right. Like, why am I fucking with you when you don't like my sister and we're sisters? Like,
it needs to be like that when they talk hella shit, like, oh, she that one, she's so opinionated, blah blah. And I'm like, okay, and then or they'd be like, yeah, that bitch right there, she don't talk. She's always making her bitch faces.
Yeah.
Well, that's just how I look. I'm just a serious person, I guess. Always been shy.
Introvert.
I'm very, misunderstood. Whatever. That's getting personal. I'm being vulnerable here, but whatever.
But that's good. Those are good topics, though, because there are things where it's like, oh man.
I think we learned the hard way by not going with how with our being true to ourselves. Yeah. So like that shit people say. Oh,
but I like what Maud said. Maud, if you're still here, I like what you're saying about suffering from personality disorders. Yes. Mental health. That's something that we advocate a lot because. Mental health it's serious. It is serious. There's so many labels and a lot of things I don't agree with. But like he's saying, well, how are you going to get help though? But like you're saying, if you're a narcissist and you don't believe you can do wrong, to what point? Like you have to get 5150 to believe you have something wrong, or what do you recommend, Maud? If you don't mind us asking, since you brought it up about that they can't see their faults, because there are some people who they'll never.
There's people who don't take accountability.
No, they don't, and it's scary. And we actually work with kids like that who. That's 100. Be true to your yes, and living in your truth, living in your truth.
Sally.
6-year-old mom, she kicked her out because she caught her. Oh my. I'm sorry to hear that. It happens. Is he in jail now, though? Because she is a minor, and it doesn't matter. However that happened, however that went down. And shame on your mom for kicking your sister out.
Sorry you're going through that.
I'm sorry you're going through that. But it does happen, and again, that's why that's for another topic. But we can get into.
And it's very common, those.
It is very common. That's why I don't date.
Nothing surprises us.
No, it doesn't, and that's exactly why I don't date. My kids are too small. I'm not about to bring a man into my place. They gotta take me to their place, all right? If that's what it is. But this is so sad. I'm sorry for your sister. That's such a hardship she's going to have to go through. She's just a kid herself. Now she's going to have this baby. And if she doesn't get the help she needs, then she's just going to, what I see in a lot of women, I'm sorry, where they don't learn their lesson. They go find another bad relationship, another kid, another bad relationship.
Nothing wrong with like, you know,
bad relationships. Doing the same thing over and over.
No, I'm saying like, yeah, I mean,
bring it.
Well, you're not supposed to judge.
You're gonna judge me. Come on, bring it.
No, I am gonna judge you. Fucking bitch. No, not at all. But I know people front upon that, right?
Refreshing. Oh, you're so sweet. So yeah, but you know, going back to Ariel, I'm sorry to hear that. And where's your sister now? Where is she living? Is she living with you? Are you going to take her in, Ariel? These are very hard moments.
She'll need a lot of support from her families, even if you don't agree or you're mad at her. Yeah, don't.
But you shouldn't be mad at her though, because
she's only 13.
She's only 13.
The pervert
where was
should know
your mom,
better.
and how did this happen? You know, again, these are, and I don't know if that's considered judging. At that point, that's something serious. And we've experienced a lot of things. We've seen so many ugly, disgusting cases like that, where even, you know, just
where the person wants to get close to us. You know,
we went through that. We went through that being homeless.
Because we're being pervert,
you know,
like my niece.
Yeah, like that's what happened when we were homeless too. We had our so-called friends that we knew because we do
people
hair.
We've known for years.
Yes,
for
would
years.
Be like, your daughter, how old is she? Oh, she's 14. Yeah, why don't
and you're like, this is a weird
stay
conversation.
Here and like let her hang out here. What does she like? She like drink? Fuck you. You stay the fuck away from my daughter.
You're like, yeah, but you like to drink.
Yeah, I do, but just because I do, and that's where I think people fuck up too. And now we're talking about whole other stuff, but it doesn't matter. I think a lot of people judge people like, oh, because we are like, I'll admit it, I have faults. I'm not. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect, but people automatically assume that my kids are the same way as we are because
we don't believe in the whole. You're a product of your environment.
You see, Cress is a real bro, and his dad is real. They care about people. Hey, it's nice to care about people. And I'm not just saying that because, oh, that's so sweet, because he lives 5 minutes away. But yeah, and that's the thing, you know, about real people and stuff like that. There's just so much weirdness in this world. And again, right, everybody needs love. And we should all just, what's that song, Bob Marley? Dun, 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 dun. What's the name played? Could you be loved or be loved? Dun, 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 whatever. But yeah, so... There's a lot of good stuff, you know, it's sad. And how do you move forward? He's in jail. Good for him. I hope your mom, and I bet you your mom's writing to him and putting money on his books, right? Because she's mad at your sister. Man, Ariel, how did she tell us? Oh, she's 32. I remember she told us. Wow. Well, your poor sister. I hope you're there for her, Ariel, as hard as it is. And that's another thing too. I mean, how come sometimes when a sister's married, and then the husband, you have to go through the husband, like, oh, I don't want your sister here, or oh, whatever. Well, hey, she don't have anybody else. Do you have other family, Ariel? I hope you guys are able to keep up. Sorry, there's so much shit going on what we're talking about, but they're good things. They're good topics that should be talked about, and
dating and all that.
Yeah, dating, like
stuff like that. Yeah, we're not looking for like no relationships. We're not on here for flirting and all that shit.
Unless the price is right. You know, I got bills to pay. So that's a terrible thing, you know. Now let's go into that. What do you guys consider?
Nice chipmunk hair, thank you. Hey there, soul survivor. How you doing?
Yeah, hey. So that's what I don't understand too. Like, what do you guys consider a gold digger? A gold digger, because again, I'm old. I feel old. Okay, I feel old, and like I'm not ready. I'm not interested in doing the whole like.
Price is right. These are laughing faces.
No, hey man,
doing a right.
Bisexual, right? But again, like I said, we were very spoiled. Like when I was married, I was very spoiled. I had a very good husband. I will say that he was a very good husband. You know, took care of everybody and buy me whatever I wanted. And again, I did marry him for the wrong reasons. I'm realizing that I fucked up. I should have done that. But whatever. The kids though is when once we became a father and we're supposed to be a family, and like I don't want to deal with the kids, and you shouldn't have to be forced. You're just a natural father, a natural parent, or not. And then even after the divorce, like it's awful too. But that maybe I'm just being too personal. But I'm to the age now where I get so angry with some of these women because they're just so quick to just get with the first guy.
And a lot of ladies like the dirty talk. If you send messages and oh hey baby you're so pretty, yeah.
But that doesn't pay my bills.
No, it doesn't.
Unfortunately. And again, you know, I came to the point where it's like, I'll be very honest, you know. If I ask for something, I do expect for people to.
Thank you. We have nice noses. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
yeah, she is living with, that's good. Take care of her, Ariel.
No, I think I would want to get like a nose job. Like everyone else. Maybe just like cut the tip.
Okay, that's another video we're going to talk about.
But anyways.
Cosmetic surgeries, yes, that we want in the future. Yes.
No, okay. So yeah, but that's the thing. Like I don't know, relationships are hard, and that's why I always wonder because I have been called a gold digger my whole life. You have a big butt with cool chipmunk eyes. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jenkins. I don't know, some kids probably. Have you seen my butt? I'm never standing.
And hey, it's someone that we know, so it's okay.
No, I do
You're
not have a
welcome here.
BBL. I've been asked that in the past. Okay, I'm telling you guys. Now we're just being stupid, but it's true. Okay, I'm telling you guys. I didn't know what real Mexican food was until I became an adult. And again, growing up in our household, like my parents were like old school parents, right? Like you're gonna eat whatever's here, and if you're not gonna eat, you're not gonna eat. So I'd be like, I'm not gonna eat. So I was always like the thinner sister. I was always the thinner kid. I didn't get big until I started making my own money. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to buy myself a cheeseburger. Oh, what? A torta ahogada. What's that? And they bring you this big old sandwich with salsa on top. And it's so yummy. And it's like, oh, I'm in heaven. Okay? And then it's like, wait, what? What's a chile relleno? And so, okay, so yeah.
That's good stuff, guys.
Good stuff, all right? But... yeah, so no, I don't have.
She's with another man and she's living a happy life.
Oh, well, hey, good for her. I mean, again, what do we talk about, right? You don't learn, you go and you just go jump on to the next person that's sweet to you or whatever. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. But there's, and then again, let's go back to the video reaction that EBK did where he was a little upset. Damn, chile. Oh my God, yes. Right? And I try to learn how to be a good cook, but I've never been able to make chile rellenos. Do you make chile rellenos? They're hard. You gotta like roast that, and then you put them like in the bag thing. I get kind of grossed out with that. I do. And you gotta peel them like. Again, I'm used to fucking paying people. And like, can you make me something so much? But anyways, yes, I have what?
Hola, Luis. ¿Cómo estás?
Oh man. Time consuming, yes, absolutely. So anyways, we were talking about that. Hold on, we were talking about gold digger. I'm a gold digger. But there's something. No, we're talking about the EBK video. That's what we're talking about. Let's go back. Let's go back to that.
Okay, wait. What are we talking about?
Let's go back to that where he did the gunner reaction about our response, right? And EBK said like, I don't know, like she went on the jefita.
Oh yeah, okay. He goes by EBK, which stands for, I guess he was saying, everybody killer. Well, what the fuck he's tripping about?
That's not what I'm
bringing in
tripping
family
about.
members. Well, that's what I was saying. But anyways, that's besides the point.
Okay, so I'm talking about how he's like, oh man, because we did say that, right? I'm like, oh, then that's what I meant by having a bitch for a mom. Because I did say that. Like, oh yeah, well, and what I mean by that, I'm going to be very clear, because, you guys just see the video and whatever you get from it or whatever. But what I mean from it is, in my experience, and we've been around very many people who the kids end up all fucked up, like that poor guy. Like, honestly, I have a heart. He's stupid, does stupid shit, whatever. I don't wish death on that guy.
Right?
Yes. I don't wish death, nothing like that. But I can understand why that guy's all fucked up. Okay, if that's true, if his story is true,
right.
If his story is true, what the fuck was your mom letting you do
Your
at
Theo
11
and your
years
dad,
old,
he was saying that
hanging out with these people who made you do?
Shit.
So there's a lot of grooming things. There's a lot of interesting stuff, in my opinion.
He said he was laced up by his, dad and uncle.
And so we've met a lot of people like that, where it's like, why is this little kid who's 12 years old drinking beer with these 25-year-old men? What are these 25-year-old men? They're obviously teaching them something, or there's a lot of weirdos in here. Okay, that's just my opinion, but we've met a lot of people like that, where we've met a lot of moms where I don't know if it's because they're frustrated, they're tired of being a mom, they weren't ready to be a mom, I don't know what the issue is, but then they bring these men into their house and they either let the kid run the streets, or the man's like, hey, I like your kid, like, let's make something happen. They start preying on the kids. So that's what I mean by a bitch mother, where they're ready to like dump their kids to start this whole new relationship, or what else would you say?
Más no les ponen atención.
I don't know. So anyways, but that's what I meant. I just want to clarify that, because he was just like, oh, the jefita. But, and there's a lot of women like that, right? That, they fall into drugs, they lose their kids. I'm not judging them, because everyone has their own story. But there are some where it's like, I could never do that. I don't understand how you can.
Not even in the situation that we were in.
Yes, and we've been in some really bad situations. And that's just where I don't understand, like, which this poor little girl, if that's true that happened with the 13-year-old girl, she's saying that the dad, stepdad, or whatever, and now, he's in jail or whatever. Huh? Oh. So that's the deal with that. That's what I meant by that. And there's a lot of women who are bitches. Like the one I don't like.
Oh, yeah.
The one I don't like, Rabbit. Sorry. That one, too. Like I don't know. Just too many things where it's like, help me out here.
The fake Chicana on you. The white girl, the Jen girl, the convicted hearts girl.
Yeah.
Well, we don't like her.
I didn't like that she sent that girl.
Oh, well, that's because, again, we've had interaction with a lot of these people on YouTube that call themselves Chicanos or whatever. But yeah, like again, we were talking to Cholo on there when that fight was going to happen. He had interviewed us. He never aired it and all that shit.
Yeah.
We had to send him some personal buttons, and he like thanked us on a live that he was introducing some Elliot Chains lady. We weren't expecting anything, but we really thought it was going to be a real fight, so that's why we sent him the buttons and all that shit. So anyway, something happened he had like the interview with La Jen. He had stuff hablando de her story, que no sé qué es Chicana, all that shit. So then we had like commented like, oh, you're not Chicana because you're half white, whatever. So she's like, oh, whatever. But then she did a story about like her own personal life about, and I don't know, you commented some shit
and again, you know what, who am I, right? Who am I? Maybe I was wrong for being so bold. However, I did feel like there was a lot of holes in that story. So then, I think I put something like that, like, oh, I don't know, this sounds a little, to me, again, hey, Foxy, Snooty Fox,
Snooty,
how are you?
Doing?
I make the, yay, good for you, Ariel, you're probably a good cook. But anyways, so I made some comments, whatever, and then from there,
she was talking
she didn't put anything back. She didn't put anything.
But
that evening, I started getting all these comments.
This lady that's like Life Without Parole. I don't know who she was.
I don't know who she is either.
But like, I guess she was her friend, and then she came to my YouTube channel to talk shit when I had one of my videos. She talked shit to Evelyn in her community page.
Body shaming.
So it's obvious that Jen and her little fucking crew came over.
But wait, but we didn't know that they were connected.
No, we didn't. So they went live
on Cholo's channel.
So that's what happened with that. So I'm like, nah, it's that bitch, like, she talks all that shit, and I don't know, it's just a fucking fake Chicana.
Oh, yeah, so I don't know, I just didn't like that, but I'm like, okay, who's this girl, and then finally I'm like, who the fuck
and then, it's talking about, because she has depression and shit, but then you're going fucking trolling people.
Yeah.
Now that's trolling.
That is
trolling. So the Life Without Parole talking shit to us and talking about our
No,
parents.
not Jenny 69 Snooty.
No.
Some Jen lady that's on here on YouTube on these channels. She's my hermana. She's cool with me. I have no.
Yeah.
No, we don't. I don't hate
and
anybody.
this is just YouTube. We don't hang out with any of you.
I just didn't like the way it came. Like. Whereas, again, I just think
it's just so obvious when people have an issue with you and then they go send some little people to your channels. And so that's what I'm saying. We've had these interactions here on YouTube with people.
I'm not familiar with the girl from Canada, Rabbit. I'm not
sure. No, we're not talking about that one. We're talking about some lady, I don't know, some other lady she went live with it. Something about parole, Life Without Parole. I don't know if that's her name.
She in Canada? I don't know where
I don't know where she's at, but she was talking shit to us. And she just went off. And was like, you guys are victim shaming Jen, all this. And we're like, well, tell Jen she has a fucking problem, talk to us directly. But we left it like that.
We left it like that.
Because we already know people are just
kicking shit. But it's annoying.
And then after that, that's when she was like, she seems like she has drools over Cholo. And
that's what. See, I think that's maybe what happened with Cholo too. Because again, I don't. And it's none of my business, right? It's none of my business. But however, again, I just feel like women. We're always going to be looked at as fracasadas or pirujas or whatever, right? Sconcas, you guys like to use, or what's that one you guys, I don't know, whatever, okay? And so that's why it's a lot of that interaction that I saw, I don't care if his wife don't care, but in my book, that's disrespectful. She said she was married, then she's not married or whatever, and she was, hey, good evening to everyone too, Snooty, thank you. And, I just didn't like that interaction. It was cringe to me. It was cringe. Damn, dude, you guys might as well just kiss on live and exchange numbers. And maybe that's just my personality, but
and then Cholo called us.
So we ended up having a conversation because that's when he had already interviewed her.
No, he called us private.
But was that before he had done the talk with us?
No, he called us after.
We had switched numbers.
Yeah, and
because he was liking our stuff. He was liking the shorts we were doing in security and stuff. And we had an incident on TikTok where we got freaked out and he was like, "Oh, you girls need a taser or something." And then it was we just left it at that. But then we exchanged numbers and then we called. That was my bad, right? Because I'm like, damn, Cholo, why is that lady hella flirting with you? Pero tú no le dices nada. You don't put an end to it. Yeah, you mention your beautiful, crazy, loca wife. Pero if I was a beautiful, crazy lady, you're not fucking talking to that lady. Why is she
and the way we talk in all our videos, the way we're the same.
In person,
the way we talk, that's how it is. And so after that, then he was like, "Are you trying to start something up, Evelyn?"
Oh, so Snooty, we're just we're just talking about the Spooktember stories. We're still talking on that. We were talking about a little bit of the stuff that we talked in Spanish that we ended up translating now. Okay. And then right now we're talking about some of the beef that we've had. I don't even know if you want to call
Not
it
even beef,
just
little
interactions that we've had with some of these YouTube channels that are like in the
that
Chicano,
talk about being positive and all that.
yeah,
shit.
like the Chicano genre, I guess you would
But then
say.
talking shit to Chicanos, which are us, right? So that's not no positive. That ain't no raza shit. So that's why. Anyways, so he had called us up and he's like, "Are you trying to start something?"
Exactly.
Yeah, but it went on like
Yeah, it wasn't.
And Cholo, he did do that interview.
But then when they were live. Remember, I don't remember what the topic was.
They dropped the link and she was going to join.
I was going to join.
And then out of nowhere,
Paul, Mr. Paul, supposedly, and they had me on there, but supposedly it was muted.
They muted
the
her
mic
ass.
didn't work, or no sé qué.
She was on the platform.
I think they thought maybe I was.
They thought
like,
she was going to like
cuss the
tell
girl
her
out
or something.
No, nothing like that.
No, nothing like that. People always
and people assume stuff, and that's what's again, like I've always said, right? It doesn't matter what the truth is; it's what you can get people to believe. So.
Yeah, and then of course, like when you don't have big numbers on
Yeah.
the channel, people automatically assume like, "Oh, you're this, you're that," and it's like, "Hey, we're all human. Like, it doesn't matter about the numbers." Like,
Yeah, no. Because at the end of the day, is that going to change anything? No, it doesn't.
Quality of quantity. That's what I've always believed in.
Yeah, quality.
So that's what happened with that. That's the little story with that. But
yeah.
there was another thing about that. So we were talking about the EBK, the whole reaction video and all that shit.
Yeah, so I just want to put out there, like, because it just happened to be that, the girl was mentioning, Ariel here was mentioning about Snooty. I don't know if you remember Ariel, who was on here last night. She was talking about her little sister who's 13 and her mom's boyfriend assaulted her or something, and now she's pregnant, and now the guy's doing life, and her mom's moved on now with somebody new, and she's living a happy life, but she's taking care of her sister. That's what we were talking about before you came on. And then from there we start talking about our definition of what a bitch is, like of what a bitch, because we did a video. Did she follow any of those channels, Snooty?
I'm not sure. I don't know where Snooty.
Okay. But anyways, this guy EBK, he had did a reaction video to this guy Gunner, and in the video I had mentioned like, oh, he had a bitch for mom. And then from there, the guy was like, oh, like, I don't like people going in on, like, family. Like, it should be off limits. And so I was giving my definition of what I meant by that. And the example was, some of the stuff that she went into or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, so they're just, yes.
Hurry up.
Okay. Simple interactions. So
And then today we did the short because we did talk with American Cholo
yeah.
today.
Well, I figured, like I said,
because during the time
we have mentioned it in some comment sections. We have
the interaction was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
Pee.
Okay. We have mentioned it, and so I just figured, like, okay, you know what? Like, maybe I should just hit him up, because it's kind of stupid for us to be leaving comments about what happened, and maybe.
But
he
it's like,
doesn't even
because also on the
remember.
news feed we saw this video that the other guy did, and he's like saying all that shit, like about the 10K. He's talking shit about American Cholo,
okay.
and then he was being like a crybaby, saying, "Oh, he's bringing in family and all that shit."
But I'm like, so anyway, so I hit him up, and I wasn't expecting anything out of it either. But
No.
he ended up saying, like you said, like, hey, I apologize. And I was like, you know what? Thanks, I guess. That's what you should do. That's the way, like here, if I offended any of you guys, please accept my apology. I do apologize. Again, we're not everyone's cup of tea, right?
No,
and sometimes we're just, but that's the way we are. Like, I would rather be brutally honest with you to the point where, like, I fucking hate her, I never want to see you again. But at least you know how true I am, like my truth, because I could smile at you, right? And like, oh, hey, and embracement, and hey, guys, or whatever. But be fake, and maybe, you know what? Maybe that's why we're not as successful as others, because we are true. We are true to ourselves, and most people aren't used to handling the truth in people. You know what I mean? So that guy is as phony as it gets. He blocked me because I said he wasn't a Chicano. Okay,
Yeah.
So you follow. I wasn't sure if you followed those channels or you watched them, or because we're not too sure. This is pretty new to us.
Chicano too blocked us too.
Oh yeah, Under Armour is Under Armour to another man. What?
I'm not sure.
Ariel. That's kind of funny though. Well, see, and I get, like I said, Snooty, we used to watch it when those channels first came out. I thought he was funny. Like, I liked his like La Bamba stuff. But then when he started saying he was like related to Bob and like all this shit, where I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And then when I sent him some money, all that, he went to juvenile hall for a few months. That's it. And off top, he admitted his mother was a dope dealer to their neighborhood. Wait, I'm sorry. Are you talking about? You're talking about American Cholo.
Oh,
she's talking about American Cholo. Okay.
Well, like I said, with him, he apologized.
Yeah,
And,
so-
hey, we disagree. Que, he says Chicano, but
Right,
at the end of the day, he is raza.
I even told him that too. Like, look, I mean, we have been asked, like, what do you think about him? Like, yeah, I don't consider you Chicano, but you know what? You're still raza. You're still Latino.
He still is raza.
Right. So. Oh my God. What? Oh my God. What's going on, Ariel? Yup. What is happening to you? What's happening to you now, Ariel?
Talks of trash and. Well, hey,
you know,
I mean,
but we're all human, right?
Yeah.
And I can see that's where it's like that's where.
And again, he wasn't a culero to not answer because
Yeah.
a lot of these guys that are people we've had interactions with on the social media, they
just block. They don't
block
even,
and all that.
And then
No,
but then they talk about it and they're like, I don't got time.
They
for
throw
people.
indirectas and all
I'm
that.
just like blah blah blah, and it's like. Well, I just don't understand. You know,
but,
conversation is key. Conversation is key. You know, there's things that happen because I think that's pretty scary. There's so many people you can be around who that tienen coraje or they can be holding a grudge
And
towards
then
you. And you have no
Rabbit
idea.
said, "Be careful of the wolves." I know, but again, like we don't hang out with these people.
It's like I don't think we'll ever meet in person.
No. Like I'm saying, we're just ourselves, and again, we're past all this like this shit that people think. Oh, you're gonna be famous on YouTube. Like,
oh yeah,
we've been with.
Oh, that's what we were talking about last night too. Again, like some people I understand, right? Right now everyone's trying to monetize YouTube and all the social medias.
Y no andamos like contando con quién nos juntamos or people that we had interaction. Like people make a big deal, like these people are famous on here and shit. I mean, they're just people.
I got banned from someone's channel for being honest. Yeah, right. And I think that's what it is. Like some of these channels, they have they got a good start. A lot of them, they got some good stuff going on. But the thing is, you can't be a neutral channel. You just can't, because you're gonna have people that disagree with you. You're gonna have people who do agree with you as well. But you gotta be ready to have that conversation. Like, hey, look, you know what? I don't agree with you on this, but like we're just agree to disagree. And if they respect that, then you can continue. And if not, pues ni modo. Then it's just not gonna happen. Oh my God, I feel something kicking in me. Huh? What? Are you ready to read? Oh. Yeah, ladies, one question and be honest because here's where people go wrong. What is the reason you have your channel on for? All right. Well, the reason is, again, my channel, we just started going on Emily's channel, but my channel, I've been doing this since 2006. I just wanted to post my videos because honestly, when I first started YouTube in 2006, it was our dad was still alive. He plays the guitar and I'd play the accordion. So we would just post our videos. It was just something we would do for fun, like on a Saturday night. And we'd sing songs because that's what we do.
Saludos, Ernesto, ¿cómo estás?
And then once we started the accordion page, so I would say for us, just like to put it out there, is exposure. We like to connect with people. On Emily's channel, we started her channel because people would be like, what does Emily do on your channel?
They were like,
why doesn't
who is
have her own
she? And a lot of
channel?
people like, I like your hair, like how you do your makeup.
Oh, igualmente, Ernesto, que tengas
Saludos,
un excelente
Ernesto.
día. So people would be like, I don't get it. Like, how come your sister, like, you're on there, but what does she do? How come she doesn't have her own channel? And then we're like, you know what? Yeah, you're
Because people
right.
wanted like to talk to me.
Yeah, so Emily's channel.
And then with my picture, someone wanted to contact me for
because that's the thing,
purchase and all
Snooty. Emily, she's always been into the whole like boudoir modeling. She likes that, like the sexy lingerie pictures, and
Like
some people don't
hair,
agree
to
with
make
it. Some
feel-
people don't agree with it. And that's fine too. But that's Emily's thing.
That's
That's
like
what Emily
people
likes
on
to do.
social media are asking me, hey, you should make a channel and you like do your own thing. So I just have videos like from when I first started my channel 2 years ago, just like makeup, just little bullshit,
Yeah,
little bit
like-
of rants, makeup, trying out little like products that I would get, Dollar Tree hauls, a lot of little
little
beauty
things.
tips, tricks, and all that.
And then like again the books that we mentioned that we like, because it's a lot of people again. If it's that's the thing, like with this whole Chicano trend that's going on. It's been going on for a little while now. Like I would say over a year now, right?
That's why it's just so interesting because we've always had these topics growing up.
And these conversations are the conversations.
And
Doesn't
we've
matter where we
always-
go. People start talking to us, and then they're like, "Where are you girls from?" And then it's like, "Oh, you're from there.
Yeah.
Or, oh, from this. Oh, where are your parents from? Oh, my mom's from Mexico. My dad's from Texas. Oh, so Tejanos." And then it goes into other
Yeah, and it
things,
gets
right?
on.
And then like last night, you had mentioned the menudo, and you're like Tejanos.
Cash
style
App
menudo.
is working out. No, nobody. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
We just don't have that luck.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it though,
Yeah,
Chris.
thank you so much,
Thank you so
Chris.
much for telling me how to use it and get it started and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just again, and I'm not here to take people's money. I just
No.
feel like that. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, of course, who doesn't like money? It is helpful. It's a very useful tool. But yeah, so that's why we started Emily's channel. But then recently we started doing it together because because the reaction. So
Well, yeah. Well, just with the topics of the Chicano one, because that was
so people
trending on
like the
TikTok.
Honduran Cholas movies. Yes, are not for connections. There are people in this life that are so power hungry and narcissistic and ego driven. I said them because I like the real. Oh, thank you so much,
Thank you,
Snooty.
sweetie.
And you know that's exactly what Rabbit was just saying earlier before you came on. He was like, yeah, like I feel anybody who's out there should put their content out, and if people like them, then they'll like them. Not this like, oh come on, like that's what I don't understand. But again, it's none of my business. Like this whole Patreon that people want to do, like what could you possibly do that's so great? Or that's right. I guess maybe that's just my curiosity. Like people really pay for that to see just like. I think it's kind of the same stuff we're doing, and we're not charging for it. What do you think about that, Emily?
Well, it depends on what type of stories you're trying to tell.
See, I don't know what they're
You're giving
telling
up
us.
names, dates about like. I mean, we're talking. What are we talking about? Like
I don't know.
crime investigations.
Just anything. Like for example, there's a doctor that I follow on here, and he has a Patreon too. But so I don't know how this whole.
Or they want to connect with maybe more like personal.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
And we just like we don't care. We just put it out there, whatever we do, and all that.
So yeah, so that's the deal with that. And again, we're past again because we go everywhere. We talk to people, and I feel weird telling people subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my channel.
I know.
Because again, at the end of the day, like people are gonna do whatever.
I mean, it doesn't benefit us, and I like. But I mean, it's just a channel. Like social media, we interact with people on a daily. Like we're not just stuck in a house. We work, we go out. We like to travel.
What a troll she's talking about.
I'm not sure, Snooty. I have to look into that about what the Honduras cholas are.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I haven't.
Is that like a new culture thing, kind of like the Vietnamese cholas and like
I'm not sure.
Japanese?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to look into that.
So yes, guys.
Well, maybe you need to go to the emergency room
Yeah,
to check
sometimes
out.
if your blood pressure's high, you'll feel nauseated. So put your feet up, get something to drink, and if you still feel sick, definitely go to the doctor or call your doctor.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can get sick like that. And she's pregnant, by the way. So yeah. So that's
So yeah, if anyone else had any questions or curiosities about my YouTube channel,
and then again, in my experience, like it's always been like that for us. It's just like, for example, like in the music, I've been trying to do music and stuff. It acts like vieja. Oh, she's talking about American.
Okay, so yeah. See, I'm not too familiar with like people's nicknames they have for people on YouTube or whatnot. Like I said, we just do our own thing, and we just happen to have these interactions with these
Everybody's
people.
different. We all have a choice to see what channels you want to watch. I'm not a prison channel watcher. Oh, okay, yeah. See, and that's the thing too. I don't even know what to call those.
Again,
genres.
like I don't even know. Like it just seems like we kind of were put in a box. At least on my channel. About I don't know how that happened, but
yeah, because remember you used to put your beauty stuff,
my beauty stuff,
and then it was like circulating. You were getting the views, and then all of a sudden I don't know what happened, and now
I mean, yeah. After we had those interactions with people, they like sent their people
and
over.
then jump off, not good for the soul. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, we don't, we're not hanging out with anybody in real life, like. On a daily hanging out. So I mean, it's just
yeah, it's a good thing to like
social
check
media,
in.
but the way we think, I mean, our opinions about like hanging out with people. I mean, like if you're really gonna kick it with someone and be cool with them, then yeah, we don't like that stuff. Like you talk to the person I don't like.
Yeah.
But this is just social media. Yeah. We don't, we're not.
No one is ex.
No.
I mean,
no. However.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know what she was talking about. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, we're sorry, Snooty. We didn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like an actual like.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh yeah, but again, I mean, who knows what'll happen with this? And again, that's the hard thing about opinions, right? Yeah. Is they're like. That's another YouTube.
That's great.
Hey, yeah, and some of them are. I mean, I'm not saying they're not. It's just some of the things like well, they're doing this and they're doing that and. Oh my!
We'll go take care of that, Ariel.
Yes.
Yeah, let us know.
You need to go take a nap, Ariel. You need to go lay down, put your feet up, lay on your left side, and call it a night, Mohead.
Yeah. Anything else? Let's see.
Yeah, I think we covered everything. But again, it's always nice to have you guys on here and chatting
thank you so
with
much.
us. And again, that's why we chat about whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Just happen to be,
just the whole Chicano topic again, because last year our original channel got banned on TikTok. We had bigger numbers there, and I had made a video talking about Chicano, our definition of what that is, and then it wasn't. Yeah, people reported it, people shared it all over different places, and I just saw it recently, April of this year, on Chicano Tube by a guy Mike. They used to be the Selena's Report. And I never followed any of these people or anything. I just happened to see it on my newsfeed. I'm like, that's my face. What the fuck? So I looked at it, and then in the comment section, he was like, yeah, I agree with her 100%. And then guys were in there, talking shit about me. So I went and commented to everybody in there. That's just what I do. Hey, talking about me, like, I don't even know that guy, Mike. Never met him, never even fucking subscribed to him.
And it was weird because normally, like, if we were to share something, normally you hit someone up and hey, do you mind if I share it or whatever.
And that video was from last year, so I'm like, oh, I didn't, okay. So in the video.
Well, and it's weird because it got banned. It got banned from the TikTok.
And then in the comments, I'm like, hey, Mike, I'm like, why are you such a hater? I'm like, why are you such a hater? You could have at least tagged me. I'm the person from that video. I'm a real person. That's, I'm the source from that video. Después de eso, he was like, he didn't really say much to me. And so he was just like bashing, like he was joining the guys in the comments talk shit to me. So I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever. Then he ended up deleting my video when he rebranded the channel. And then he just called it Chicano Tube and all that. And then we stitched him on TikTok because we saw him on there. And we're like, yeah, you blocked us. You talk about raza y que la gente Chicanos. I'm like, well, you're talking about all this Chicano shit, but then you're over here being a hater to this Chicano over here, deleting my shit, whatever. And then from there, he had that gringa on his channel and all that shit. So I'm like, yeah. But that's what we're like these videos, we're doing the reactions. But no, we don't like subscribe to those channels. We don't. No, but we've had an interaction.
So Chris, my favorite color is blue. What's your favorite color?
Mine's pink.
Yes, and then I agree with you, House. I'm not sure what you heard, Ariel, but let's see, content. Yes, exactly. The character says a lot. It does. And actions speak louder than words.
Yeah,
so, yes.
I mean, people are either they like us or they don't, whatever.
Oh yeah, but again, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate everyone's time. Thank you for your comments.
And so I think we're gonna head out here because it's getting loud and noisy. But thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Continue and have a great night and have a great Friday. Great Friday, TGIF. And I don't know what else we'll post tonight or tomorrow or something. Again, if you haven't seen the movie, the Million Miles Away, it's a good movie. It's a little slow paced, but the message is just beautiful. It's beautiful, and it's about perseverance. And he's actually going to be here Sunday again,
which is nice.
Yes. Thank you. Good night.
Thanks so much.
God bless you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Saludos.
Bye.